Yeah, so I just wanted to show a random fact on Tetris. Maybe some of you know, if you want to access Tetris on Steam or whatever, it costs about 15, 16 euros in Europe. And that is because of the Tetris company that holds license. And you have to pay license fees for every copy of Tetris that you sell. But of course, with AI, there are so many markets that can no longer be monetized because, yeah, this is work that can be automated. And especially for digital pieces of work, they therefore lose all their value. And so to demonstrate this, right, if you want to play Tetris, it's very easy. I know that in Python language, where you can quickly develop usable Tetris. And now it starts thinking a little bit, and then it will basically implement Tetris. Yeah, pygame. So this is one thing you have to just copy paste in your shell. Then you have your controls, and then basically you copy this. Yeah, you insert it here. Let me just do this, and then you can run Tetris. Yeah, let me demonstrate this. So this is Tetris. I'm right now playing it. Let's now see how good I am. So one important aspect is Tetris has an optimal way of playing. So you can actually be good at Tetris, yeah, though all the pieces fall at random. But because you can still alpha-beta prune the entire tree of what possible pieces may follow and then make optimal decisions on where to place each piece, you can increase the probability by placing the piece optimally that you will be able to play for a long time until, yeah, losing. So yeah, you can actually be good at Tetris. From a mathematical standpoint, yeah, in terms of being an expert in knowing where to place a piece. It's not just based on luck and on, yeah, gaming skills, right? It's a little bit like chess, but there is, of course, a random component to it. And I guess most people who play either chess or Tetris don't see or wouldn't necessarily agree that there's a relation, of course, as is with all games that are partly deterministic. You can also be an expert at other random games. Yeah, so I think this just demonstrates that it works. So everyone who wants to play Tetris for free can basically have an AI implement the game for them. And I don't know whether this is a legal loophole. I don't know whether this can even be prevented. Of course, it makes it impossible for the Tetris company to make any money from their licenses. Because at this point, I would guess that the knowledge of how a game works is public domain knowledge. And also that the logic of Tetris is public domain knowledge. They do hold patents on the color of each piece, yeah, but in the end, this is mathematical properties. Like here, you have different colors and you have different shapes, and then of course you can choose the colors for the shape, and you cannot patent any number between 1 or 0 and 256. So this is also a dead end. I recall how back in the day they have been trying to patent the RSA algorithm, and of course everyone is using RSA without paying any license fees. I'm also not sure whether now this particular implementation, since it has been AI generated and can therefore be considered public domain knowledge, could be patented or whether anything. But then also it's not legally enforceable, right? I mean, how could anyone prevent me from just pulling an AI model onto my computer and have it implement stuff for me? Probably also this code is just copied from some random dude's GitHub repository. The AI probably hasn't done any significant cognitive effort into this. I mean, if an AI can even do this at all. So, yeah, I think that's pretty funny. I also had it have implemented other games for me, like 4 in a Row and Super Mario. Or probably I cannot call it Super Mario. I would have to call it a 2D jump and run to the right game. Of course, there are no Mario sprites in it. Why would it? But that's also relevant for the game experience. So I thought that would just be a funny first test video.